and professional life, and will set a strong foundation for further levels. In this 2-hour session, you will learn about the tools and techniques that Lean and Six Sigma Black Belt use, some concepts of Lean and Six Sigma, real-time projects, and how Lean Six Sigma is applied to them, and a lot more. We are sure that after this training, you will see the world with a fresh pair of eyes. Join us in this Yellow Belt session and become well versed in the foundation elements of Lean and Six Sigma methods. Become capable of assisting and improving processes. Improve your skill sets to become a part of the team focusing on complex improvement projects led by green or black belts. Apply DMAIC, DMAIC in your work and push your boundaries to do better in every process you are a part of. Once again, welcome to Anexas Yellow Belt training. I have designed this training based on my 32 years of experience in the industries, both in manufacturing and services. So once again, welcome to the Yellow Belt training. Welcome everyone, welcome to the training, and it's a pleasure to have all of you here. And if you can tell me, if you answer some of my questions, that will help me to design this program for you. So if you can just answer some of the questions before I begin. And the questions are, what's your current knowledge of Lean Six Sigma at this point of time?
Sir, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. So welcome to the training once again. Before I start, if you can answer some of the questions as I was telling, and thanks for answering the questions. And once again, welcome. I hope you are now able to hear me. The second question goes, what's your main reason for joining this training? To enhance my skills in process excellence. And that's 60% of you are telling like that. Okay, you are going to really enhance your skills in process management training for sure. And welcome to the training. And you are really not going to be disappointed. That I can assure you. Okay, next question. Okay, so thanks for answering the questions. And before we begin, generally, it's better to know you, and that's why I'm asking some questions. And those who have just joined, I request you to please answer the questions which are on the poll. Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I'll introduce myself in a short while as people are joining in still. It does happen, in the beginning, people take like time to join. And which department you belong to? Okay, so most of you are from operations. Okay, great. Supply chain, finance, quality, IT, HR, engineering. Okay. And which industry? Actually, I forgot that to see that answer. Now, which industry you're from? Okay, that's. Are you from healthcare too? Okay. Okay, great. People are from food and beverages. Okay, great. A lot of people from healthcare, a lot of people from operations, okay, HR as well, okay, marketing, engineering. Okay, so I've got some good information about you. So let me proceed now. So I'll introduce first the organization and then about myself. I will talk a little bit about myself, and after that, I will take you through the benefits of Lean and Six Sigma and introduce you to Lean and Six Sigma. And after that, I will start with DMAIC. I'll tell you what is DMAIC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So when you want to improve something in your organization, the best way to improve it is to convert that improvement opportunity into a project. And what is the definition of a project? Project is a one-time endeavor. It has a starting point, it has an end point. It has a beginning, it has an end. So project doesn't exist after some time. So unlike process is something which you keep repeating again and again. You go to the office every day, that's a process. You eat food every day, that's a process. You manufacture, if you are in manufacturing, you are manufacturing a product, that's a process. That's a process. If you are in bank, you are opening an account, that's a process. If you are in supply chain, you are delivering a particular material delivery is a process. I hope you understood what is process. Now, what is a project? Project is something which happens only once in the history of the world. I'll repeat this definition because people are still joining in. What I'll do, rather than directly jumping to the teaching mode, maybe I'll give some time for people to join in. So I will take you through the agenda and then I'll start my lecture telling you about what Lean Six Sigma is. I'll also talk about applications in the industry. In fact, we will do a project. As we learn, we do a project. And I will repeat this definition one more time once everyone has joined in. People are still joining in. Welcome those who have just joined in. Welcome. We are just starting. Let me spend 5 to 7 minutes on introducing ourselves, company, etc., so that we give opportunity for everyone to join. Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you. So around 40 people around the world, located around the world, are part of this program, and all of them are bringing you this training. On behalf of everyone, I would like to welcome you once again. About the organization, we have been enabling the individuals and organizations achieve excellence since 2006. And we continue to do this in our 20th year. And we have trained more than 150,000 professionals in Lean and Six Sigma, around 50,000 professionals in project management and quality-related training, CPHQ, certified professional in healthcare quality, data science, etc. About me, I'm a chemical engineer, MBA finance, an amateur poet also, and hardworking, still working after having 30 years of experience. But yeah, a long time ago, 25, 30 years ago, I completed my black belt certification after spending some good money in it. I invested a lot of money in that. And as I said before you, after becoming a master black belt around 25 years ago, I thought of jumping into Lean and Six Sigma full time. And since then, I have been conducting training programs and also consulting lots of clients. I'm also a data scientist, PMP, CPHQ, with 34 years of experience. Consulted for more than 200 organizations, and that includes 15 of the Fortune 100 companies. And guided more than 1,000 projects in multiple domains and spoken in multiple conferences, American Society of Quality, Hospital Management Asia, etc. And yeah, you too can achieve much more than this, because the demand of process improvement specialists and process excellence professionals is much, much more. Because ChatGPT can do lots of things, but it can't improve the process. Yeah. We can use AI in process excellence, but you can't be replaced if you are a process excellence expert. It needs creativity and knowledge of some tools, and not only that, application of the tools and execution of those tools. And no AI or no robot has done till that now. Okay, and not going to do at least for the next 10 to 15 years. And process excellence experts are those who will improve anything. So whatever they are dealing with, even the AI, they will think of improving that too. Okay, some photographs. As people are still joining in, okay, welcome. Some photographs just to prove that I have done training programs worldwide. For the last 25 years, I've been doing so. I also take pride in telling that I conducted the first ever Lean and Six Sigma Black Belt training program in whole of Middle East. And lots of companies, lots of clients in Europe, Australia, Middle East, India, US, almost all continents of the world received some awards in various forums, as various associations, appeared on ZTV business show.
Hi, I'm Shekhar Suman, and I wish to congratulate all the Six Sigma certified black belt from Anexas. All the best. Thank you.
I had a lot of fun on that program.
On 21st of May 2019, I'm going to speak in American Society of...
Last year I spoke about how to reduce nosocomial infections, or hospital-acquired infections, and by using Lean and Six Sigma approach. And actually we did that drastically. Indian Railways, Saudi Arabian Railways, US Railways, United States of America Railways, they are all our clients. We have got multiple videos to showcase our work. I keep writing in Indian newspapers, Hindi newspapers, English newspapers, Gulf News, a lot of other programs. Deputy Health Minister of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Tarif Alama, and now the Health Minister, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Ali, they are all our clients, and they have all given us.
We have Dr. Tarif Alama with us.
And yeah, so I think now you are convinced that I'm the right person to teach you Lean and Six Sigma. So once again, welcome. And I hope now everyone has joined in. Most of you have joined in. So now let us start understanding what are the Six Sigma benefits. Why we should have Lean and Six Sigma. Those who joined a little earlier, I told them, and those who have joined a little late, I'll repeat it for you. What is Lean Six Sigma? If someone asked me, what is Lean Six Sigma? Tell me in one sentence. I would say Lean and Six Sigma is a project approach towards process improvement. It is a project approach towards process improvement. Now, what do you mean by project? Project is something which is one-time endeavor. It happens only once in the history of the universe. Like constructing a Taj Mahal was a project. Constructing pyramids was a project. It happened only once. Similarly, project in an organization is something, and I'm talking about improvement project, is something where you choose a process and choose a measure, a parameter which you want to improve. And you improve it in the given period of 3 to 6 months. And that becomes an improvement project. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a project approach towards process improvement.
where you take up improvement projects. Now, can you find some similarities here? Can you find some similarities? A manufacturing company improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients from 3 hours to 15 minutes. 64% reduction in recruitment time in a multinational company. Hotel improves the customer experience and increases bookings to almost 2 times. A bank reduces errors and cycle times by 80% with enhanced customer satisfaction scores. Insurance claims reduce, the time is reduced by 70%. Can you write in the chat box, what do you find similar here? What are the common points? What is the common thread running through all the bullet points? Yes, Lakshmi is telling Kagum, oh, Afroz Alam, thank you. Jaya, Priyanshu, Sajan, Hamid, Ramchandra, thanks. Abdul, Haif, yeah, Tariq. Yes, everyone. Faraz, Harshada, Hanjala. Oh, thanks for responding, Amir. Thanks for responding. Almost everyone has given the right answer. It is all about process improvement, yes. And they are all projects. They are all projects which are Lean and Six Sigma projects. And I told you what is a project. Yes. Using data analysis, they are improving the process. So lots of projects we have done around the world. I did speak about it in the beginning. I'll not repeat it. Lots of clients around the world we have and continue to have so. Oh, sorry. So in short, what does Lean and Six Sigma do it for you? It reduces your costs, reduces the defects, reduces the waste, reduces the rework, reduces the cycle time, improves their quality, increases your production efficiency, improves their productivity, improves their customer satisfaction, improves their capacity to produce, and improves their profitability, brings a lot of money, saves a lot of money, and also improves their resilience. Now, which CEO would not love a person who can do all these things? A CEO would always love a person who can achieve all these things. And who's a Lean and Six Sigma green belt and black belt? They are those guys who can achieve all these things, whatever is mentioned here. So Lean Six Sigma is something which is making your customers happy, making your stakeholders happy. Okay. Okay, so now let us look at a basic definition of Lean and basic definition of Six Sigma. Basic definition of Lean and basic definition of Six Sigma. Lean is reducing the waste in the process, and Six Sigma is reducing the variation in the process. Now let us understand what do you mean by that. See, when you map any process, okay, because many of you said that you are totally new to Lean and Six Sigma, let me start with some very, very basic things. Let me create a model of all the organizations in this world. Your organization is also represented, can be represented using this model. So think of your organization, and you will find that your organization, okay, let me, you have got different departments or different machines if you are in manufacturing, production, or if you are in services, different departments, different process steps. So you have certain inputs which go through certain steps. There could be many steps. I'm just denoting 4. And they produce an output. Okay. So there are inputs, and inputs, they get processed through a series of steps, producing an output, which is either a product or a service. Yet there is no third type of output, only either a product or a service. Now, output is consumed by the customers. Output is consumed by the customers. And inputs are supplied by the suppliers. Yeah, very simple. Nothing great in it. Everyone knows it. Try to fit your organization in this model. Okay, think of your organization. See, you can not only fit your organization, you can fit your department. Even for an individual, this can be made. I'm not going to that area, but even think of yourself as a system. So you'll find you yourself are delivering certain things. You also have customers, because you yourself, customers would be family members, your boss, your organization, the society, etc. Anyway, coming to the organization. So think of your organizations. You have got suppliers, they're giving you inputs, they're being processed, you're producing an output, and you are giving it to the customers, and customers give some feedback, and also you predict the demand of your products or services. Based on that, your strategy team or planning team, it informs the suppliers to supply the required inputs, and also based on the feedback of the customers, if there are some changes needed to the parameters in your process, the planning or strategy team will inform those departments to make the changes in the parameters. So I hope you have understood. I hope you have understood this. This is known as, what is this known as? This is known as, actually it was given by Dr. DMAIC. He called it a systems map, but more popular name now we have got, it is known as value stream map. It tells you how the value is created in your organization. Value is created in your organization. How? Means obviously, and how the value flows. So suppliers are giving you supplies, then inputs are being given. Okay, yellow line you may not see, so let me change the color. So you have suppliers supplying the inputs, and through the series of process steps, they get processed, and output goes to the customers. Customers derives value by consuming the outputs and gives the feedback, and then strategy and planning team plans and asks the suppliers to supply the inputs. And this is how the value flows. That is how value is created for your customer. It's a stream of value. That is why known as value stream mapping. Value stream map. What is the ultimate objective? Ultimate objective is to satisfy the customer. Now, the customer is happy when they get value from your product or service. Customer is not interested in your product or service. Customer is interested in the value he or she is deriving from the product or the service. Okay, I hope you understood this. Customer, please try to understand what I'm trying to say here. See, customer is not interested. Customer is not interested in your product or service. Customer is interested in the value. Like say, for example, if you are producing a car, then customer is not interested in the car. Customer is more interested in the value he or she is deriving from the car. This value could be ability to get transported from one place to another place comfortably. Or if you're talking about Ferrari, then pride could be one of the values which the customer is looking for from your Ferrari. Whatever the product or service is, customers deriving a value, in the companies which focus more on the value rather than the product or the service, they are innovative. They will stay ahead in the market. They're thinking about the value. Like, for example, some companies, Kodak is a very good example you must have heard of. They're focusing on the cameras, the reels, etc., not the value. What was the value customers are or were trying to derive from the photographs? They're in the photography business. So photographs, what is the value that customers were trying to, the value was they were storing the memories. That's what they wanted. Now, storing the memories is what the customers wanted. Now, even mobile can store the memories. So that is why some of the companies, they got affected badly because they were focusing on the products. So please remember, companies which focus on the value, they will always stay ahead. Now, because value is important, but value is derived from the product or service. Yeah. And customer will always make judgment about your product or service using some measures. So the products, I hope it's not confusing. I hope you're understanding whatever. See, in two hours, I am trying to give you maximum information, maximum knowledge. So I'm not going to repeat it more, because if you want, you can always, this video will be available to you. You can always rewind the video and watch it as many times as you want. Okay. Now, how would you measure the values you're going to get from your product and services? These measures are known as, and these measures are also known as critical to quality characteristics. Critical to quality characteristics. Okay. The three CTQs are the measures which are very important from any customer's point of view for every product or service. They are, one is cycle time taken to complete the job. The second is the cost. And the third one is defects or errors. Defects or errors means you asked something and the company, the supplier is giving you something else. There's an error. You're not satisfying the customer. You're not delivering the product as per the customer's specifications. That is known as defects or errors. Okay. So these are the measures: cycle time, cost. Apart from that, there could be many measures. Suppose you are manufacturing chocolates, then the weight of the chocolate. So weight could be the measure. Suppose you are a hospital, then infection rate could be a measure. So it depends on what your product or service is. You can have multiple measures, but the three measures will always be relevant to all products and services. And every measure has got some specification limits set by the customer. Specification limits means, please supply, like cycle time, please complete this job within 30 minutes. Yeah. Or cost, please deliver within less than $5, right? $5. Errors should be less tin, let's say, it depends on the process which we are talking about. Let's say I'm just giving some example or number. Weight should be, if you are manufacturing chocolate, 100 plus minus, let's say 5 grams. Chocolate weight should be less, 100 plus minus 5 grams. Great. Now, look at your performance. Look at your performance. So these are specification limits. Now look at your performance. How are you performing? When you look at your performance, if your cycle time is 35 minutes, means customer is not being satisfied and you can do an improvement project and bring 35 minutes to less than 30 minutes to, let's say 35 minutes to 20 minutes in the next 3 months. That becomes a project. Or the cost is $6. You would like to reduce the cost from $6 to $4. That becomes a project. Or defects or errors are already 1%. So there is no project here. And your chocolate weight is actually 102 grams plus minus 5 grams. That means you are really off the mark sometimes. That means, yes, there is a project. So you will take up improvement projects in those areas which really need improvement. Not always that, even if you are satisfying the specification limits, you are operating within the specification limits, customer is still satisfied, but you would like to stay ahead in the market. So you would like to outshine the competitors. So you would like to further reduce the cost. You would like to further reduce the cycle times, etc. So in this case, you can still do a project. I hope you understood why you are doing a project. I hope you understood the context, right? And we are talking about improvements here, okay? Using the project. That is what Lean and Six Sigma doing. That's what they're doing. It is different from ISO 9000, etc. See, ISO 9000 is nothing but, because some people, one of you are asking, say, there are 3 aspects of every, quality or company, quality management, quality improvement. Sorry, I'm writing very fast because of the lack of time. Pressed for the time, right? So I hope you are able to understand design, right? So just to tell you the difference, see, quality management means when you join a company, they will tell you, this is the SOP, your position in the hierarchical structure, your work instructions will be given to you, your roles and responsibilities will be given to you. So all these things, are part of your management. If you follow the SOP, follow the work instructions, roles and responsibilities, etc., then in that case, you'll be able to operate with those parameters. So the parameters are specification limits are set by the customer, and you will be able to operate within that. So this is how you will function within the set parameters if you follow your SOP, etc. But if you're not following, you're not within the specification limits. You're off the mark. So suppose you are supposed to operate within these limits, but you are operating outside those limits. Yeah. So in such situations, you can bring it back to within the specification limits. This is called improvement. Or even if you are operating, let's say, you're operating within the specification limits. Let's say this is your sales, let us say. You're operating within the specified limits, but you would like to increase it. Yeah. You would like to increase it. So in such situations, this is known as improvement. So Lean and Six Sigma is talking about improvements. It brings improvement in your process. This is about management, managing the process. So operations manager would be busy with this. And if you invite because if you invite some third party to audit your process, we are following SOPs, we have got our work instructions done, roles and responsibilities are clear, etc. You invite them to assess your system and get an accreditation that is known as ISO 9000, SEBAHI, whatever, whichever industry you belong to. Every industry has got some accreditation. So this, we are not talking about that. We are talking about improvement. Performance improvement. I hope you understood this. Okay. Any questions up to here? I hope I'm not complicating the matters. You are able to understand. I hope so. Okay. If you're still okay, then let me complicate it further. Okay. So I hope everyone is with me. Yeah. People have not left. Good to see that more people have joined in. Okay. Now let us complicate. No. I'll start, as I told you, I'll start with simple topics. Then after, say, half an hour or so, 45 minutes or so, I will also talk about some statistical topics. Okay. The purpose is to give you a brief about what Lean Six Sigma is, make you get yellow belt. All of you will get a yellow belt certification. We'll tell you the process. I will send you an email. Just follow some. It's all free, by the way. Yeah, you have to just follow some steps, which in the email we'll be giving. You have to just answer 5 or 10 questions. I don't know. My team can tell me, and you will get your certificates. But for that, you have to be attentive in the class. So, and the test is very simple. It's an open book exam. Yes, don't worry. Open book, open book, and open chat GPT. Yes. Okay. And then there is a design also. Oh, yeah, someone is asking, what about design? So design means this. See, when you are running any operations, someone has to design those SOPs, right? Someone has to design the SOPs, work instructions, roles, responsibilities, right? So it's the designing part. If you are designing in a way which is catering to the demands of the customers, we call it as design for Six Sigma. Okay, DFSs. Here we follow DMAIC. In the improvement, we follow DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improvement, control. These are the 5 stages which every green belt or black belt follows. So first, let me tell you who are green belts and black belts, and then I'll come back to this. Okay, so now, yeah. Okay. Oh, why it is going back? Okay. So who are green belts, black belts, yellow belts, master black belts? Who are green belts, black belts, master black belts? Are you able to see my video? I think I... Okay, great. Yes, great. So, yes, people are still with me. I keep checking. Okay. Some people are raising hands. Some people are asking Humaira, Rafiq, and you can, yeah. Oh, thank you. You are saying you are with me. Okay, fine. Okay. You can always write in the chat box if you have got any. If you have any questions, you can always write in the chat box. There is a Q&A also. You can write there also, but see that I will see towards the end of the session. But if you want to say something in the chat box, you can always write. Okay, so now let us see who are yellow belts, green belts, black belts, and master black belts. Yellow belts are those people who know what Lean Six Sigma is. If you ask them, tell me what is Lean Six Sigma, at least they will be able to say a few words. He is a yellow belt or green belt. Okay, they would know about Lean Six Sigma. They would know some basic tools and techniques, but they can't apply them. They have not practiced those tools and techniques. But the green belts are the people who have not only practiced those tools and techniques in the classroom, but they have also undergone the whole journey of doing a project. Now, if you are joining my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification course, I take you through this journey of this whole the green belt, and we together do a green belt project in a real scenario. It's online, means in the sessions we choose some project probably from your domain, and all of us, if there are 10 people in the class, all 10 of us will do a project together, and you get the experience of doing a project, also learn lots of tools and techniques. Now today, because you are a yellow belt, you don't have to do anything, you have to just listen. Okay, but I will do the project for you, and I will just take you through the basic knowledge of some of the tools, because as a yellow belt, you don't have to learn too many tools. You have to just get sensitized about what is Lean and Six Sigma, and that's enough. But as a green belt, you have to demonstrate, you have to actually apply these tools, and that's what we do in the classroom in our green belt sessions. And black belts, they know much more than green belts do. So black belts talks about a little bit of more statistical tools and techniques, something like we go deep into the hypothesis tests, regression, binary logistic regression, etc. And what today machine learning, etc., people are talking about for the last 30 years, I have been teaching the same tools and techniques, which are very much part of your black belt toolkit. So green belts, then black belts, using the data analysis, you get to the root cause of the problem and solve the problem. What the here problem is that improvement is not happening. Wherever you are, you're not happy with that state, that's a problem. And you would like to have a goal statement, and you move to your goal by using some tools and techniques, statistical tools and techniques. And that's what green belts and black belts do. Today, we will see the demonstration. Today, I will do the project for you, and you can see some of the tools and techniques, some basic tools and techniques being applied to our situation. I'll take you through a project which I did around, I think, 15 years ago. And using that project, and because people are from different domains, manufacturing, services, IT, theme parks, logistics, and so many, I can't name everyone, but so many people are there from different industries. What I will do is I'll choose a process which everyone understands, and this process is recruitment cycle process. So recruitment process, every company has recruitment, and we will today do a project of reducing the recruitment cycle time in a company. Okay. Okay. And yes, some people are asking, all our certifications are accredited worldwide. So when you become a yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belt, your certificate is accredited, like it's globally valid. You go to any country, any company, you can proudly show that certificate, and you can say, yes, I'm a certified black belt from Anexas Europe certification, and that's good enough. Of course, we are accredited to all the various bodies, and that is why we are able to give you that confidence. And also you'll get a badge and a link, etc., to verify your credentials. Just to answer some of you are asking those questions. Yes, don't worry about that part. Course duration is 3 days. Some people are asking 3 days of green belt, 3 days of black belts, and 4 days of master black belt. Okay. So I think this part is done. And okay. Now let us get back to this diagram. Now these green belts and black belts, they apply tools and techniques to improve the process. So before I take you through these tools, some of the tools and techniques, let me explain some basic terms to you. Lean is about mapping the process. So we did a value stream map just now. You map the process a little bit in more detail and identify the non-value added activities in your process and try to remove them as much as possible. We call these non-value added activities as wastes. Now, you'll be surprised to know that 70 to 80% of the time of your cycle time is waste, is totally not adding any value to the customer. What is value-added step? Value-added step is anything which is bringing the input closer to the output, or customers willing to pay for that step, or it is done right the first time. Means all the conditions should be satisfied to make it as value added. If any of the condition is not satisfied, it becomes non-value added activity. Some of the basic non-value added activities, a lot of wastes are there in our process. And To identify the waste, we usually do a Gemba walk, Gemba investigation. What is Gemba? Gemba means go to the field, go to the place of action and see how the things are taking place. Map the process. And once you map the process, you will identify the waste in the process. To enable you to identify the waste in the process very quickly, you are given knowledge about 7 or 8 types of waste. Means waiting time. Waiting is waste. Waiting is not adding any value. Transportation is not adding any value. It is not adding value. Means you want a car. Now, if someone tells you the car has been shipped from this place to that place, then it went to some other place, then it went to some third place and fourth place and fifth place. After that, it gets delivered to you. You say, I don't care. This transportation is a waste. It is not adding any value. Suppose, over-processing. Over-processing means anything you are giving to the customer, which the customer never asked for. Over-processing, inventory, work in process inventory, raw material inventory, finished good inventory, rework and rejections. Anything starting with re is a waste. Because if you are committing a mistake, then you're wasting the time of the organization, the resources of the organization, and after that, you are reworking on it. So it's a waste. Approval is a waste. Underutilized resources means you hire a PhD person and give him data entry job. It is underutilization of his intelligence. So that is also known as waste. So there are different types of waste. Now, to understand this, because I see a lot of people are from healthcare, I will give some examples from healthcare so that you understand, because everyone knows what a hospital is. So I think you will be able to understand. After that, I'll give you some manufacturing examples also. Maybe in the future tools, I'll give you some manufacturing examples, but let me show you some examples of wastes in a hospital. There are 7 or 8 wastes, as I mentioned. Intellect, waste of intelligence, scrap, rework, waiting, inventory. To remember those wastes, you can always use an acronym called ISWIM2, or you can rearrange them into Tim Wood's. Again, the same 7 or 8 wastes will be easily you can remember if you use this. Or there's another acronym called downtime. You rearrange those these words, and then you can always get Tim Wood's downtime, ISWIM2, whatever. Waste, they're talking about, the skills. Skills is also, that's what, underutilized resources. That's skills. That's underutilized resources is what we're talking about. Okay, so now we did a project in a hospital, and when we mapped the process of blood test, we find that lots of steps are not adding any value to the customer. Like, say, for example, walking to the outpatient department. Walking to the see, what is the value a customer is looking for, a patient is looking from a blood test? They want to know the health, status of their health. But what are you telling them? Okay, please walk to the OPD. This is not adding any value to the customer. Then register in the OPD. It is not adding any value to the customer. Walk to the lab, wait for the phlebotomist. No, all these things are non-value added activities. These are waste, and only 2 activities are value added: draw blood and blood test processing. That's it, nothing else. So in this case, there's a huge requirement or huge opportunity of improvement. Actually, we did that. Many hospitals, we have eliminated the need for registration. Of course, we changed the process and there's no need for registration. Hospital, 80% of the nurse calls are housekeeping in nature. Means 80% of the patients, when they will ring the bell for the nurse, They tell, my pillow cover is dirty, my bed sheet is dirty. Please change it. Now, this is waste of intelligence of the nurse. Nurse is there to take care of your medicines and other aspects. But if you waste the intelligence of the nurse by asking certain things which can be done by someone else, definitely it's a waste of intelligence of the nurse. So one more waste I will show you of surgeon is waiting for the operation theater to get ready, and that's a waste of intelligence of the surgeon. You're not utilizing. Then we have done many projects. In fact, we have doubled the cardiology lab capacity from 8 to 16. We reduced the diagnosis to exam from 2000 minutes to 64 minutes and cut administration. Reduced the signature, very interesting, signatures or steps from 18 to 12. In fact, in one of the cases, we reduced from 20 to just 2. I did mention that approval is a waste. What does the approval do? What exactly they do? I met one CEO who said, I'm very much stressed out to do a lot of work. And when we did a Gemba means go to the field, go to the place of action. When we did a Gemba walk there or did a Gemba there, we found that his first 2 hours of his time are spent in just signing some files or forms. The signature, that's it. And he's not even reading those thick files. He's just signing it. So we asked him, what exactly you're doing? So they said, he said that, my vice president has already seen those papers and I've just signed. Vice president also is doing the same thing. He said, my senior manager has already seen those papers and usually he doesn't commit a mistake. Mostly, never he's committed a mistake. So I just blindly pass it for signature to my CEO. So this is waste of intelligence of CEO or vice president because they are spending time on something which is not adding any value. We did reduce the signatures. Approval is also one important thing. Approval after approval after approval, 4, 5 approvals. You commit a mistake, company commits a mistake, like say 5, 10 years ago, someone committed a mistake, you put a check there, inspection there, or approval there. 5 years ago, again, someone committed a mistake, you put one approval or one checkpoint. 3 years ago, someone committed a mistake. Because of that, you again put one checkpoint or an inspection point. These are all wastes. Why should you have inspections? Why should you have checkpoints? Better don't commit a mistake. Because you will say that, well, I'm checking, my inspection is important because I should not commit a mistake or error should not get passed on to the customer. But no, why you are committing an error? You should not commit an error. You can use POKA-YOKE, mistake proofing. Mistake proofing means even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake or your people cannot commit a mistake. So go ahead with that. And anyway, there's lots of examples like that. Idea is to reduce the waste as much as possible and create value for the customers. Some more examples: unnecessary process motion, unnecessary waiting, unnecessary transportation errors. These are all examples. Underutilized resources or skills, underutilized equipment, cost of 5-minute to 5-day walk. It costs company. Walk to elevator 1 minute, elevator wait is 3 minutes, elevator travel is 1 minute, and so on and so forth. If you calculate, just cost of elevator wait per day per nurse is $12. And imagine 200 nurses multiplied by 365 days, it runs into millions. Yeah, so I'll just proceed because I just wanted to give you some example. Okay, one more thing. We did talk about, I mentioned POKA-YOKE. POKA-YOKE means mistake proofing. Even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. Also known as fool proofing. Even a foolish person cannot commit a mistake. So design your process in such a way that you are or your employees are not able to commit a mistake under any circumstances. There are many examples of POKA-YOKE. One example is a rice cooker. Even by mistake, it will not allow the rice to burn because it switches off immediately. There are some machines you cannot set them over some mark. which will be dangerous for the patients. So these are all examples of Pokayoke, and so that which avoids any mistakes. Oxygen and nitrogen cylinders in hospital cannot be interconnected. They cannot be interconnected because the connections are different. So even if you want to connect them, it will not be connected. So that is known as your Pokayoke or mistake. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on lean. Here I took an example of a hospital. Next time I will take example of a manufacturing company. See, for these Lean and Six Sigma tools are not industry specific. These tools and techniques are applicable everywhere. Some more examples of hospital Pokayoke: fixed number of packages during the surgery so that you don't forget anything in the body of the patient. Complete catheter kits for insertion, prepackaged medication cart with correct dosage. All these things will help you to remember the things. Yeah. Now let us do a project. As I was telling, the last 1 hour we'll be doing a project. So this project actually I did 15 years ago. Now I'll take you through the whole project, and on the way we will learn some tools and techniques. I'll get you exposed to some of the basic tools and techniques used in clean bed. The company wanted to reduce the recruitment cycle time, and they followed, obviously, DMAIC. Every project, every Six Sigma project follows DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAIC. Now, first, when you want to improve any process, first you start with the CPHQ. What is CPHQ? CPHQ is, okay, I'll tell you. If you carefully look at this, the miniature version of value stream map, I can say this. So S for supplier, I for inputs, process, let me write here, process. P for process, O for output, and C for customers. We call it a CPHQ. Okay. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, you gave the right answer of what is CPHQ, yes. Okay, great. Sharon is asking, is it possible to have this material? Yeah, material is given to you. The whole recorded video is given to you. There are multiple yellow belt training programs I've conducted, and they are all available on our YouTube channel, Anexas. Just go to Anexas, ANEXAS. The YouTube channel will be here. Maybe my team will put. You can always subscribe to that channel. All the tools and techniques, many tools, more than what you will be learning today. They're all available there, and you can always learn from those tools. One of my videos is like I think almost nearing 2 million views. It is about FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. I'll strongly recommend or urge you to please go through that FMEA video and also try to do an FMEA in your company. If you are able to do that, you will get great results, promise me. And the way I have explained in that video is very simple. And you will be able to do an FMEA. So go ahead and watch that video, which is given here. And also, please like it as well if you like. If you really find some value out of it, just like it as well. So this is the FMEA. I'll strongly recommend you to watch this video later on for sure. FMEA is failure modes and effects analysis. Now let us start with the CPHQ. Now, see, okay, before that, let me also talk about project charters. You create a project charter with the help of the team. So you are not doing project alone, you are doing project in a team. And first you write a charter. Usually you can write CPHQ or charter either. Both simultaneously also you can write. So you have identified in your project who is the process owner. Typically the manager of the process, who is in charge of that process, is the process owner. Then you are also looking at who's the champion or the sponsor. Champion or the sponsor is a person, they are the head of the departments typically, or some senior person who actually is able to fund the whole initiative of improvement. And if they need funds, the green belt, black belt, they need fund to improve the processes, then they will they'll provide those funds. Okay. Now, looking at the process owner, here process owner would be the recruitment manager, and champion will be the HR director. So that's how we'll be identifying our team, and the person from the process, they are doing the project, so they become the green belts. And I'm the master black belt, Amitabh Saxena. Those who have joined later, for your benefit, my name is Amitabh Saxena. Yeah. Okay. So we start with the CPHQ. Now, why do we start with the CPHQ? Because we believe that the problems are not in the they're not in the people. The problems are not in the people, the problems are in the processes. I'm not saying this, but Edward Deming, Dr. Edward Deming, the well-known quality guru, he said that problems are in the process, not in the people. No person comes to the company thinking that today I'm going to commit mistakes, and today together we will get 50 customer complaints, or let's say we'll commit 50 errors. No one does this. No one thinks of that. But what happens actually? Let's say this is a company. This is a company. And 500 people are working in that company. And let's say you ask this person who's walking to the office in the morning, ask him, collectively, do you have any target of committing some mistakes today? He says, no, sorry, I don't have. I want to give my best. I will not commit a mistake. But what happens by the end of the day, you find that 50 errors have been committed. Okay. And it's not always 50 errors. Sometimes it will be 50, sometimes it will be 55, sometimes 45. So there is a fluctuation, but it appears that your process has got its own limits. It is operating within its own limits. It is decided. The process is already decided. I am going to be like in this case, I can say, I am going to commit 50 errors, and the maximum it goes to 65 errors and 35 errors. So this is how we are operating. If you collect the data of last 20, 30 days, you will find that this is how we are operating. Our system is capable of delivering almost on an average 50 errors. It appears that, that the people, let's say there are 500 people working in the organization, all 500 people have got a target of making 50 errors. Obviously, it is not true. So what's causing the errors? It's not the people, but the system, the SOPs, the facilities, the equipment, and of course, 15% is contributed by the people. So 85% is contributed by the process. The 15% is contributed by the people as well. And you know what to do with such people. I don't have to say anything. Okay, great. So once you are convinced that problems are in the process, we'll have a look at the process. So you have customers as your departments. Output of a process is a recruited employee. And these are some of the basic steps of recruitment. And these are the inputs of recruitment, like IT system, job description, CVs, budget, HR staff, travel documents, etc. These are all your inputs. Now the measures on the output, Here, in this case, it is recruitment cycle time. Recruitment time. This is the measure. We call it as Y. Whatever we are trying to improve, we call it as Y measure. And whatever is impacting our Y is we call it as X factors. So you have Y factor and X factor. So you start with the SIPOC. After that, you collect the data. First, you identify there are two types of data. Or let me tell you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you agree that some of the data cannot be measured and some of the data can be measured? Some of you are telling no, some of you are telling yes. Okay. Okay. You can't, so there are two rules you have to remember. First rule is you can't improve if you cannot measure. The second rule is you can measure everything. Okay. You can measure everything. I'll tell you how to. The third rule is if you think something cannot be measured, go back to rule number 2. That means everything can be measured. So you can have two types of data. So I'll tell you how to measure everything. The first type of data is continuous data, also known as variable data. Continuous data or quantitative data is something which can be represented on a number line, like 55.5 days. Usually there will be a possibility of a decimal place, like 55.5 days. And you'll have a unit that is known as procurement cycle time. And there is only 30-40 sample is good enough for making a good judgment about your process. You will be surprised to know that only 30%, just 30%, 30% of the, sorry, not 30%, but not 30 samples, 30 samples, 30 or 50 samples are good enough. Even for a population size of 1 million, 2 million, 1 billion, doesn't matter. In my programs, we do some, I prove it very easily. Using some simple examples, I prove it. Very easy to prove. Yeah, so here, continuous data. And what is attribute data? Attribute data is something which is categorical in nature, like male, female, good, bad, etc. So here 200 samples or 200 to 1,100 samples are good enough, good sample size for it.
Hi.
So here I've explained this.
Hi, I'm Amitabh.
By the way, those videos are very much available in the various languages. If you want, Arabic also is there. If you like me to show Arabic video also, I can show it. Right now, let us put it in English. So here, what I was telling was that there are two types of data, and I think video will help you to understand in a better way.
Into 1 centimeters, cycle time of a process 3.5 hours, or procurement time in an organization 120.3 days. These are all continuous data because they all have a possibility of a decimal, means they can be expressed in decimal points, and also they all have a unit. Now let us talk about attribute data. Attribute data can be expressed in categories, and categories can be counted. Say, for example, if you want to measure happiness, so easiest way to measure any attribute data is to create a category, and if possible, you can create a binary category, a presence or absence of that attribute can be one of the simplest categories. So if I take the example of happiness, two categories I can create: happy, unhappy. So if I want to increase the happiness in the employees in the organization, then I can always count how many employees are happy. Let's say 60 employees are happy and 40 employees are unhappy. I can express this as proportion. That means proportion of happy employees in my organization is 0.6 and proportion of unhappy employees is 0.4. And it can also be expressed as percentage. Now, this proportion or percentage, they don't have a unit. And a count like 60 employees, I can't have 60.1 employees who are happy. So the count will not have any decimal point. So this is what continuous data and attribute data is. It is very important to know the difference between continuous and attribute data. And it is very important to understand what is continuous data and what is attribute data, because the tools which you are going to use in the measure and analyze phases, they depend on what type of data you are dealing with.
So the understanding of the types of data is important, because the tools and techniques are totally dependent on what type of data you are dealing with. If you are dealing with continuous data, when you want to make a statement about it, you will say that you will do a histogram. If you want to showcase an attribute data, you'd use a bar chart. If you want, I'll show you that as well. So just now I talked about the two types of data. The two types of data are continuous and attribute data. Continuous, attribute. Continuous data is like, say, recruitment cycle time. It's a continuous data. Time 50.3 days. Yeah. Possibility of a decimal is there. Attribute data. Attribute data is, so always attribute data will have an attribute. You can break them into categories and you will get your count, and then you will get your proportion. A proportion will make sense rather than the number or the count. Say, for example, attribute is gender, male, female. So there are 60 males and 40 females. Total becomes 100. So proportion is 0.60. 0.60. So this 0.60 will make sense. So, yeah, sometimes you also have people using percentage. So it is a 0.60 as proportion. They would use 60%. Multiplied by 100 and you'll get the percent. Now, if you're dealing with continuous data, you'll always, some more example, let us say, recruitment time is there. What else? Interviewing time or some other time, let's say. Let me actually check the data itself. Yeah. Approval time. Time taken to get the approval for this particular position, or approval for the even conducting an interview. So approval time. Okay. Let us say 15 days. 15.1 days. Now, if I want to just give information about continuous data, the single-handed information about anyone, let's say recruitment time, I can use histogram. I'm telling you about these tools very briefly because this is a yellow belt training, so you don't have to actually master those tools. So a histogram is like a frequency chart. So it can say that most of the time you're taking 50 days. Sometimes you are going to 55 days, 60 days, and 65 days. Similarly here also. So this is a histogram. Histogram, so here you're 45, 40, and 35. So you can estimate that typically in our company, you are taking between 35, say, days to 65 days. And most of the processes, repetitive processes, they follow this distribution. We call this as normal distribution. It is an average. And Mr. Gauss, he found one interesting phenomenon in 17th and 18th century. He lived in those centuries. He found that every data set, quantitative data or say continuous data, it has got an average denoted by X bar. And standard deviation is something which is easily calculated using Excel sheet or Minitab. Although in our class, I derived the formula for standard deviation, which is very easy. But right now, just good enough for you to understand that if you use a software called Minitab, and when you join our green belt or black belt session, you get this software for free. So averages, let's say 50 days, and standard deviation is, let us say, 5 days. So what will it mean? Average is 50. 1 times standard deviation is how much? 50 plus 5, 55. 2 times the standard deviation is how much? 50 plus 2 times 5. So 60. This 2 times standard deviation. And 3 times standard deviation is 65. So minus 1 times standard deviation will be 45. Minus 2 times standard deviation will be 35. I hope you are able to get it, what I'm trying to tell you. And minus 3 times standard deviation will be, so 45, this will be 40, and this will be 35. So you can say that 99% of all the readings fall between 35 days to 65 days. Means 90%, 90 maybe plus percentage of all your teams, all your recruitments, yeah, all your recruitments, in your company, they are likely to take place within 35 minutes. 35 minutes is the minimum, and they'll go up to 65 minutes. We call these limits as lower control limit and upper control limit. LC, L, and UCL. So please remember, lower control limit, upper control limit is the voice of process. Means process will tell you that 99% of the time, 99.73 to be more precise, 99.73% of the time, you will find me between 35 to 65 days. Means I'll recruit an employee, minimum 35 days, maximum 65 days. That's a good way of prediction. Another thing, so I was talking about the continuous data. So if you want to display the continuous data, how you are performing, just look at that. One more thing you can add, what is the specification limit? So here in this case, Our specification limit, let's say, I'm just taking an example, is 45 minutes. We call it as upper specification. This means you should recruit the employee within 45 days. So if you are not doing it in 45 days, you are producing errors. So anything beyond 45 days is an error or a mistake. Yeah. So here, and easily using statistical charts, you can find out what percentage of the recruitments are going beyond 45 days. I've just taken an example of 45 days as the specification limit. It could be anything, 40 days, 35 days, whatever. So that is about your continuous data. For attribute data, I can't use the histogram. For attribute data, I just use a bar chart like male, female, male, or a pie chart, male and female. So here 0.6, here 0.4. So this is pie chart, this is bar chart. So you can't make a histogram on an attribute data. Yeah, you can, in black belt we learn, but for the time being, you will not. You will express continuous data in histogram and attribute data in either bar chart or pie chart. Okay, so you are with me up to here still? You're still around? Okay, great. Now what happens if you are got combination of the data? Like for example, I want to see, is recruitment time getting affected by the approval time? So one factor here, and the factor which I am trying to improve, we call it as Y, and which we suspect is affecting the X. Okay, one of you are asking, sir, since attribute is qualitative, how a decimal is used? See, you cannot have 60 here. There is no use in count. There are no 60.1 people. There won't be 40.1 people. Either it will be 60 or 61 or 62. When we are talking about proportion, then it becomes a decimal limit. It doesn't have a unit, right? See, unless you convert the attribute data into proportion, it is of no use. You have to convert. And when you're converting into proportion, it will become decimal, but it is a forced decimal. But original data, here 60 counts doesn't have any decimal, right? So that is why. Thanks for asking this question. Now coming back. Now coming back. Okay, let me prove my point. why proportion only makes sense, while count it doesn't make sense. Okay, let me ask you one question. Let's say, think of, and I think everyone got vaccinations in the recent years. Okay. So let's say there are two nurses, A and B. They are vaccinating, the patients. A receives 10 complaints every week, and B receives 20 complaints every week that after the vaccination, they have some pain. Some issue is there. Pain is there. Who is a better nurse, A or B? In A's case, 10 people are complaining, they have pain. In B's case, 20 are. Who's the better nurse? Now, most of you are telling nurse A. So not nurse A is better, right? Less complaints. That's what most of you are telling. But that is not the right answer, because the count will not give you anything unless you get the proportions. So your counter question should be, where is the full data? You are just talking about complaints. or errors, let's say errors. Errors, A committed 10, but total patients she vaccinated were 100. B committed 20 mistakes, but he, he vaccinated 200 patients. He or she vaccinated 100. Now, what do you think? Who's better? Now, here both are same proportion. Look at the proportion 0.1 or 10%. Here also 10% or 0.1. 10% or 0.1, 10%, 0.1. Both are same. Unless you convert into proportion, you cannot make a conclusion. 10 complaints means what? Out of how many? That will give you a correct question. That is why portion. Okay, great. Now, very quickly, I think I have told you a good. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Okay. I was talking about the histogram, right? So this minus 3 times standard deviation and plus 3 times standard deviation, it is also known as control limits. The control limits are different from specification limits. I hope I have made it clear. Okay, great. So let us proceed with our project. We write a charter. We write a project charter. We write a project charter saying that today we are taking 50 days and I would like to reduce it to 30 days. Okay. We proceed further and then we identify what are the X factors, potential X factors which are affecting the Y. Y is the symptom, X are the root causes. Yeah, so I have already spoken about basic statistics. I'll just proceed further. I've spoken about what is average and standard deviation, and this Gaussian theorem that if I know your average or standard deviation of the process, which can be easily calculated by putting in Excel, I can predict about the large population, and mostly I'll be right. Okay. 99% is within plus and minus 3 times standard deviation. Now you also identify a defect in the measure phase. So we are following define, measure, analyze, improvement, control. In the define phase, what happens? The define phase, you are writing a charter, making a SIPOC. In the measure phase, you are collecting the data. What is the recruitment time? If you have the data, you can analyze that directly. If you don't have, collect the data, 30, 40 samples, 50 samples, you collect the data. When you collect the data, around 30, 40 is good enough. You will know the in and out of the process. You know the control limits. You know the performance of the process. Here, you can also define defect. I'll not go into the sigma level calculations in this program, but just to tell you that every quality level is associated with a sigma level. So here, 99.9998% means almost 3 defects in 1 million opportunities. It means you are in 6 sigma. And if you are having quality is a little lower, then your sigma level reduces. Now, once we have established how our process is looking like, then we go to the analyze phase. Why? Why it is looking? Why it's not performing? Why it is not going up? You can use 2 doors, process door and data door. Process door means as is process map. Right? I already told you about this. Gemba walk and identify the value added and non-value added steps. And you will come to know That a lot of waste is there in the system. Try to reduce it and you'll reduce your cycle times and errors. Data door talks about cause and effect diagram, control impact matrix, Pareto chart, box plot and scatter plot. Very briefly, maybe I'll talk about it. What is box plot and scatter plot? And then, of course, take you through the whole journey as well. So I was telling you, now if you want to know, is recruitment time getting affected by the approval time? If recruitment time is getting impacted by the approval time, what you have to do, you have to plot the data on Y and X axis. What is Y? Recruitment time. What is X? Approval time. Now, as the approval time increases, the recruitment time also increases. Time taken to approve adds on to that. That means they are positively related. And I am here using scatter plot to find the relationship between recruitment time and approval time. Why am I using a scatter plot? Because both of them are continuous data. Recruitment time is also continuous and approval time is also continuous. Now let us look at, let us say I want to know, is the recruitment cycle time impacted by the gender? Means gender, means I've had males join faster as compared to females, yes or no? We want to prove using the data. In Lean and Six Sigma, we also say one more thing. In God we trust, rest others bring data. So we're not going to trust you unless you show the data. So here, whatever you are telling, you have to establish using data. So if I say recruitment time, is it impacted by the gender? So here again, I'll make a graph, but this time I will not make a graph similar to what I showed. Here, male and female. And here, recruitment time. Now, recruitment time, is it getting impacted by the factor called gender? Means, let's examine. So, males take more time, females take less time. Now, I did not make a scatter plot here. Here we made a box plot. This is called as box plot. Why am I making box plot? Because gender is attribute data and recruitment time is continuous data. So you learn these tricks of analysis, in the green belt program. We do it together also. And it makes you master of analysis. Today, data analytics is the most sought after job. We are training you in a way to use data analysis to improve your processes. Okay, so now that's what box plot and scatter plot is. I just mentioned box plot and scatter plot. There's something called Pareto also. Have you heard of Pareto? Okay, so before we, so let's look at so here first you start with the process door, they mapped the process, identified the non-value-added activities, identified the waste in the system, and then eliminated the waste, and they were able to reduce the time. Further, they wanted to use the data door also. In the data door, you start with a cause and effect diagram. Invite everyone to the room, whoever can contribute, and ask them why our recruitments are delayed. And they will give you lots of ideas. Don't ignore any of the idea. You use brainstorming techniques for generating the idea, then filter them out. And 80-20 rule of Pareto indicates that 80%, in fact, Wilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist who went, in fact, he wanted to study the wealth distribution in Italy. So he found that 80% of the wealth or money in Italy is with 20% of the people. He called this as 80-20 rule. And then after some time, he also investigated the crops. So he found that 80% of the crop production is coming from 20% of the crop types. So if there are, let's say, 20 crops available, 20% of 20 is 4. So only 4 crops will be contributing to 80% of your total revenue. So that's what 80-20 rule means. Now, how it is applicable or applied to our quality? It says that 80% of the problems, whatever you have listed, 80% of the problem, 80% or 85% of the problem is due to these causes which are listed here. And which are the top 20? So 80% of the problem is just by 20%, 20% of, let's say, so many meetings, 30 ideas will be 20% of 30 will be 6. So only 6 ideas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to count, of course. That is your. These are the root causes. So these are the causes of CV screening, negotiation process, package facilities. All these things are there. So I just told you that continuous variable data, you can use a histogram. Attribute data, you can use a bar chart, pie chart, or Pareto chart also. Continuous and attribute, you can use box plot. And continuous and continuous, you use scatter plot. And attribute, you can use Pareto chart. So for detailed training, you can join my live sessions, and I'm going to continue. Don't worry, I'm going to continue. But before that, before I continue, you can join my interactive live training. Recording is available for lifetime access. 2 projects are done in the class. Project guidance provided for lifetime. And lifetime association with me. So people who have completed training from me 25 years ago, they're still in touch with me. Most of them are CEOs and CXOs. So, yeah, then after that, you move on to the improvements. But before that, my team, you would like to, because some of you are asking in the beginning, how to register for the training program, what are the fees, etc. Before we go ahead, and I'll talk about, my team can show you the dates. So if you can tell, my team can just share the dates and also the fees. If you are interested, you can join my upcoming program, and the dates are visible here. So these are the timings. These are the timings, training timings, and these. I think there is some black box coming in between. So yeah. So these are the training timings. If you join Monday to Friday, so we have got different batches. Weekdays, Monday to Friday. If you want to join that batch, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. morning batch. If you want to join evening is also there. 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So these are all Mondays to Fridays batches. Evening batches time is not mentioned here, but it is very much available. And weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, you have got these timings. So feel free to join us. And some more information if you're interested. Oh yeah, accreditations are all there, very much there from various accrediting bodies. and that you can just you can register in the we can give you the link. You can show your interest. Or let me ask you, how many of you are interested in? Before I proceed, I have not yet completed the session. I will be completing the improve phase. We have just completed the define phase, measure phase, and analyze phase. Analyze phase also I have not yet completed, so I'll be completing in a short while. I'll tell you what is Pareto, etc. So these are the, and if you are able to register today or tomorrow, you're getting much more discounts than what is mentioned here. There's a special price for you. So feel free to get connected with our team. And the link of registration is also given here in the chat box. You can always click that. These are all the live sessions. These are all the live sessions. Also, if you want me to conduct a training program in your company, then in that case, you can always write to me. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can always write to me saying that you will be interested in hiring our services, and I'll be happy to connect with you. Okay, great. I've got those who joined late. I have got 30 years of experience and more than 25 years of hardcore Lean and Six Sigma experience. So I can do a good job. I can, because I have got a lot of experience, I can help you do some great improvement projects. How do we do improvement projects in companies and what is the process? I will tell you after I complete the DMAIC project. So this is what you can always this is what you can always look at. And there are some more discounts available, as I was mentioning, if you register today and tomorrow. Some free workshops are also upcoming, 13, 15, 16 of August, and 15th October and 30th August. Do join them. Okay, now coming back. Yes, now let us look at so we were here somewhere, right? So we had, so 80%, 80% of your problems, 80 to 85% of your problems are due to 20% of your causes. This is known as Pareto principle. So you vote, you identify, you vote for some of the top causes, and you find that the top 4 are contributing to the maximum 80% of your issues. So you can focus on those. You can focus on those X factors and take action on them. And that's what this company did. I'll also show you the same thing in Minitab. We learn, now you don't have to go into details of how I'm doing and what I'm doing here in the Minitab. This is software. As a green belt, we'll teach you the Minitab software. But for the time being, I'm just showing you how to make sense out of the data. So in the measure phase, we have recruitment time baseline. This means I collected around some few recruitments, 52 days, 47 days, 50 days, 54 days, etc. And let us see how will we analyze? It's a continuous data. Recruitment time is a continuous data, and single-handed. I just want to make a comment on this data. So I'll do a histogram. So I can ask Minitab to do a histogram very easily. I can create a. So this is a histogram. It gives you the average 50 days, standard deviation of almost 4.57 means 5 days. You can predict about lower and upper control limit, which is plus and minus 3 times standard deviation. You can also make a control chart. Although I have not taught you control chart, some of you might be knowing. Oh, this is before and after it is showing. Yeah, so here, let me make stat. Okay, anyway, I'll just show you directly. When I'm teaching, I will take you step by step. And also all the videos are given to you. Whenever you attend our sessions, all the videos are very much given to you. You can always watch them as many times as you want. Now here, if I want control chart, yeah. So I can say on average, my recruitment time is 50 days. Then standard deviation is around 4 point something. If you make it 3 times on the top and 3 times at the bottom, you can say that control limits are 36 days to 64 days. So units could be anything. So 50 days is the average. Lower control limit is 36 days and upper control limit is 64 days. Okay, so here the process, we say it's under control and it is ready for improvement. It's not haphazard. It's ready for improvement. Obviously, we are not happy with 50 days. We'd like to reduce it. Now, how would we reduce it? We can do a cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram, now I showed you here, if you remember, using man, machine, material method, they brainstormed, the team brainstormed. So man-related causes, machine-related causes, material-related causes, all these things. You can always make a cause and effect diagram in just few clicks. Nowadays, all things are automated. You don't have to waste too much time in analyzing. Okay. Just know where to click the right button. So this was the cause and effect diagram, all the possible X factors. Now, out of which is better? So you'll see, once you start writing the reasons of delays, some reasons will keep on appearing again and again. So if you want, you can tabulate those frequencies of the reasons in another table. Or even if you want, you can directly, from this raw data, you can make a Pareto. Whichever you prefer, you can always make a Pareto. So it is telling you that assessment time is one of the biggest cause. JD not job description not available is another cause. Approval time is another cause, and type of hiring is one more cause. These are the 4 causes. Now I have to validate it, whether they are really the causes. So we have investigated these 4 causes like approval time, job description availability, types of hiring, assessment time, and recruitment time. You can see recruitment time is continuous data. Job description available, not available is attribute data. And type of hiring, local, shareholders, or expert is all attribute. If I want to know recruitment time is impacted by the approval time, yes or no, I will use, because both of them are continuous data, I will use scatter plots. So let me see by using a scatter plot. Okay. The recruitment time and approval time. It appears they are correlated. And it appears they are correlated. Approval time and recruitment time. As the approval time increases, the recruitment time also increases. Means if I reduce the approval time, it will reduce the recruitment time. And there is a strong correlation. I'm not going to the strength and etc. key values right now here. But graphically, you can say that if I reduce the approval time, it will reduce the recruitment time. But what about, let's say, recruitment time versus assessment time? Is it impacting? If you look at this assessment time, oh, sorry, for both recruitment time and assessment time. So here, there's no relation. Assessment time was 15, 17 days, still you took 55 days, sometimes lower also. Around 20 days of assessment time, you are, sometimes you're 45, 50, 55 days. So it's not the main contributor. That's what we will conclude. So assessment time is not the root cause of our high recruitment time because it has nothing to do with it. Even though assessment is low or high, our recruitment time has got its own story. There's no relation, but definitely the previous graph showed there is a relationship between recruitment time and approval time. So approval time becomes our root cause and assessment time is not the root cause. Then looking at the now looking at the other aspects also, other X factors. A recruitment time versus job description was available or not available. Now here I cannot use scatter plot, I can use box plot. One is attribute, one is continuous. I can use box plot. So I'm doing box plot. First, job description was available or not available. Let us see. When it is available, A means available, you are taking less time. When it's not available, you are taking more time. That means job description availability is important. So this team, when they found this out, they said, in the next 10 days, we'll tell all managers to get the job description of their team members. And they did very quickly. Within 10 days, they gave it. And by doing this, this drastically reduced. See, 55 days is on an average when the job description is not available because there's a lot of to and fro is happening between the departments. Because I don't know the job description, I'll give you something, then HR will say, sorry, it's not in the correct format, so on and so forth. But here, no botherations. So here, very clearly, it is telling when the job description is not available, it is taking more time. So please do reduce by making it mandatory for all the positions to write the job description in the next 10 days. And next time when the recruitment team wants to recruit someone, they can recruit it faster because almost less than 10 days are being just attributed to job description is not available. You are with me? Up to here, you are with me? Okay, great. And let us have a last look at here in analyze phase I'm talking about. Is type of hiring impacting? So again, I'll do a box plot and the type of hiring. Expat and locals, shareholders means the shareholders are recruiting some people. Recruiting means they have direct access, so they can think of recruiting some of the staff. But here, type of hiring doesn't matter. Recruitment time is almost same, like where there's an overlap, right? In the earlier case, job description not available, very clearly demarcation was there. Here it's all overlap. So I would say that, sorry, the type of hiring is not the root cause. But if suppose expat was very, very high, I would say, well, when you're hiring expat, try to get, try to start a little early because you're going to take a long time. So this is one way of, interpreting our charts. So everything is data oriented. Nothing is left to the intuition. So just wanted to add that. Now coming back to our project, and let's quickly finish it. So we have got Pareto. Pareto, like top 20% of the causes are producing 80% of the defects. And you come out with some good solutions, brainstorming. We teach a lot of brainstorming ideas to you.
Once we
Session. And also these videos are also available. You can always watch them. Brain writing also, 635. So I'll not put play these videos here. You can always watch these videos. I'll put the link here in the chat box. You can always watch these links. And FMEA also, I was talking about FMEA in the beginning. FMEA is also one very important link. You should for sure learn that tool. Immediately you can do some improvement next week. You will get some real good ideas. Use that FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. So just to complete the story of this project, they brainstormed, they collect on the root causes only, because they knew the root causes. Now brainstormed the root causes, they got lots of suggestions. They chose the best of the best ideas. They implemented those best ideas, and they made a implementation plan also. And after that, they were able to control or sustain the gains by putting audits, reviews, etc., so that people don't forget the new process. And once that happened, they were able to reduce the recruitment cycle time from 50 days to 26 days. And the control chart before and after clearly tells you that the control limits have shifted. Means the new norm for this process is much bigger. So this is how typical project is done. So with that, I think, let me test your knowledge. Let us play a game. Inputs to a process are called. Then this question should give you $10,000. No, virtual game, virtual money. Don't take it seriously. The inputs to a process are called what? The X's, the Y's, out of scope, or gauge and R. What do you call the inputs to a process? Yeah, you can write in the chat box. Yes. The inputs are also known as X factors. Yes, most of you are given the right answer. The X factors are the right answer. Okay. Output of a process is, what is the output of a process? What do you mean by the output of process? This A, what the customer sees. Yes. Which of the following is not a deliverable of DMAIC analyze phase? What is not coming in analyze phase? Which of the following is not a deliverable of the DMAIC analyze phase? Which is not a deliverable. Analyze phase. Solutions is not the root cause. Sorry, it's not the deliverable of DMAIC analyze phase. Yes. So just to remind you that you can always attend our training, and I'll leave you with some of the videos of my videos for different industries I have made. And also, would you like to, let me ask you, would you like to become one of the most valuable person in the company by applying process improvement tools? Would you like to become a green belt or a black belt or a master black belt? Just answer to the poll question. When you will be, what you will be able to get rid of if you become a green belt or a black belt. So if you can just answer this question first before I proceed. So if you are interested, we'll be happy to contact you. And we'll give you all the details, discounts, etc. This is the only question. Now, how confident are you to start applying Lean and Six Sigma concepts after the training? So many of you are telling yes. Yeah, most of you are telling yes. Okay, great. Some of you are saying somewhat confident. Okay, so but both the two groups are comprising almost 90%. Yes. So feel free to reach out to me in case you have any difficulties. Okay. So you'll be able to reduce the cost, improve the quality, become a problem solver. You can consult your own organization, and you can also start on your own if you become a green belt, especially master black belt. And you can always join us. The dates are, once again, my team can show the dates, and also the form you can fill in if you are interested in joining us. The form can be filled in, and you'll receive an email also separately where we'll give you a step-by-step guidance on how to download your yellow belt certificates. There's a black box coming in the. So I look forward to meet you, and I'll be happy to see you there. Now let me show you some of the credentials and also how typically, how we implement Lean Six Sigma. What is the process of implementing Six Sigma? Now, this one, what I was talking about is you can come to my training, get certified. But some organizations, they want to implement Six Sigma in a very grand way. So in such situations, how do you do that? Let me describe that also. So you identify the projects from different departments, and you create an infrastructure. You create a steering committee, possibly the CEOs, CXOs, and you generally train the champions or the department heads. They are also known as sponsors. You train them in basics of Lean and Six Sigma, and then they will come out with some projects which they can give it to their team members. So team members, they get trained as black belts and green belts, and then they do the projects. And master black belt is guiding the black belts and green belts as they are doing the project and also teaching them. So this is how typical structure or infrastructure of a Six Sigma company looks like. And strategy team keeps meeting every quarter just to evaluate how the process progress of Six Sigma is going on. Typically, 4-phase approach. So we, champions training we conduct, then identify the projects in different departments. Then we conduct the green belt training. Then if we want, you can do a project after green belt or directly go for black belt. And we can do a project. And once you complete the projects, we'll be happy to certify you as the green belt or a black belt. This is for in-house. Now, in our open house program, like the online programs, you don't have to actually complete the real project. We do a project together the way I was doing today. And based on that, you can get certified. You can see me doing the same training, champions training. And this convinced them that Lean and Six Sigma actually works. We did some experiments. We did some participative exercise, and they were able to really understand the essence of Six Sigma. Alpha Tan. So see, so if let's imagine that they have your senior management. They attended the training. Now they have nominated the green belts and black belts, and now they have coming for, let's say, here I am taking an example of green belt. They're coming to the team name 1, 2, 3. Anti-Muda. And your slogan 1, 2, 3. Green air go. Okay. And your song 1, 2, 3. Yeah, go.
Yeah. All of us want the last one, guys. Yeah. Let's not be mean. Let's not. Oh, sorry. Let's go team. Let's go team. We are the champions. We are a team.
Wow.
Yay! Well done.
And your team name 1, 2, 3.
Una squadra.
Your slogan 1, 2, 3.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Together, everyone achieves more. And your song.
Spirit in the air, all this earth has seen. Each of us will share one dream. We are one team. Una squadra.
Now they undergo the training and then they do the training. And now I'm talking about the in-house trainings. Okay. And then actually they do the projects. And once they do the project, they present to me and as well as the sponsor or the champion. And once both of us agree, you get certified. Now, this is, I'm talking about in-house training program, not the open house. Open house, like the way, if you join the online training, we will be doing the project in the classroom itself, and you'll be getting certified based on that example project. But
Well, we have Alex with us.
I wanted to show you that how a typical presentation looks like and how they get certified.
Done excellent Lean and Six Sigma projects in national healthcare and in hospitals. So, Alex, would you like to tell us something about it?
Hello, I'm Alex Wells, Head of Service Improvements at the Royal Liverpool University Hospital. I've been really fortunate to present today on how us as a trust are using Lean and Six Sigma principles to deliver better care for our patients. I've presented today on a lot of the work that we've done around how we've improved patient outcomes, reducing mortality, improving length of stay, and also talked about how we can actually realise some financial benefits from that. Over the past 2 years, we've been really fortunate that we've done some good work, and it's actually delivered us £2 million worth of quality efficiencies through delivering better patient care.
So that's how, like similar stories, we have got multiple companies. One company, the largest logistics company of Saudi Arabia. You can have a look here. After a long time.
My name is Mohammed Al-Bayati. I'm the CEO of Napel. Through Anexas, Mr. Amitabh has teach me and more than 1,000 employees of Napel, Six Sigma and Lean processes. This affected our bottom lines by millions of riyals, and it is having a big impact in changing our company from a local company to a regional or multinational company. Thanks to Anexas and Mr. Amitabh. Thank you very much.
And some rig move time also we reduced for ADNOC. That is also.
4 years ago, somewhere in Middle East, one of the largest oil companies took up a Lean and Six Sigma project to reduce the rig move time from 7 days to less than 3 days. By doing so, they would increase their production capability without investing in additional equipment. I'm Amitabh Saxena from Anexas Consulting, and on 2nd of May, in American Society of Quality's World Conference, I'm going to talk about how around 50 people of different nationalities came together to solve a problem which was considered to be very, very difficult. In our journey, we used lots of Lean and Six Sigma tools and techniques, including the change management methodologies and advanced statistical tools. In our 10 years of existence, our company has completed many projects, but this project still stands tall amongst all of them, just like Burj Khalifa. So see you there.
So that was one, and Lots of projects we have done. Just to show you that yeah.
Topic was
update our capability rides here at Ferrari World. So I reached out to our operations team, and we headed straight here to Formula Rossa, one of the signature rides here at Ferrari World at Abu Dhabi, and we decided to work on how we could increase the reliability of the time it takes to update our queue time boards, because as you know, every minute that guest waits in a queue line is super important.
we had the brainstorming session with the team, and we went through a few topics, and then we chose the most appropriate one for the course. The chosen topic was reduce facilities management service request closeout time.
So I was eager to use statistics and data analytics to solve a business challenge. One of the challenges we had is the erosion of the retail per capita spend in Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, and that was my topic.
Well, actually, being an HR professional, recruitment lead time has been always a problem across the board. So taking that subject in specific will help me improve onto the recruitment cycle.
So what we had worked on was redesigning the product launch process, which we've now implemented.
We had a discussion within our team, and the most critical area that we faced was our closing process. So we decided among ourselves that this is the one that we should go for.
Yeah, the course that we did was a week-long online facilitated course. It was fantastic. It showed us the whole methodology behind Lean Six Sigma, and it also provided a various amount of tools that we could be able to use to improve all of the existing processes that we have here in the park.
Well, it was 1 week training. It was very interesting and always energetic in terms of interaction in the class. Every single day has been different, and the knowledge sharing has been remarkable.
This gave us a broader perspective to understand the issues, and it gave us opportunity to do some brainstorming, and we were able to come up with better solutions from a wholesome perspective.
It was a very stimulating experience where we met every day with the colleagues, all very engaged, eager to learn, and keen on and willing to actually pause, step back from their day-to-day work to get some new perspectives. So it was really a refreshing exercise.
When an issue comes to us, we try to think about it from a Lean Six Sigma perspective. We try to define the issue, we make a project charter about it, we try to analyze it. So it has changed the perspective of how we look at issues.
Statistics allowed me to understand the root cause of the problem and come up with the very targeted improvement initiatives that we aim at implementing within the year. So every dirham per cap increase would represent 1 million revenue uplifts in a standard year. So the impact can be significant.
Well, this program is in benefit not just for me as a recruiter, but it helps the whole organization in terms of how we can identify issues, how we can look into problems.
So what's really exciting is that since we completed the course and we implemented all of the changes that we worked through, we have 100% seen a decrease in the time that it takes to upload the queue time boards, which is really cool. And one other really exciting thing is that one of the recommendations that the team and I put forward through in our project, for the project I should say, is that has now been funded through the business. So you'll have to watch this space for more. I can't tell you just yet.
I would say satisfaction, quality, and experience. And I say that because my project was focused on how we can improve the product launch. So we wanted to get customers satisfied and improve the customer experience. And we wanted to improve the quality of the products that we were issuing to guests and the overall process that we had within the business to launch new products.
I would say that it has definitely brought consistency to the team, awesome efficiency for sure. And the only other word I can kind of think of is it's brought alignment, not only alignment within the department, but with all of our rides here, also alignment within the business and even with our competitors. So it's a win-win.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So as I was mentioning, English, Hindi also, and Arabic. Our YouTube channel has got lots of tools and techniques you can learn in those videos, and they're all free for you. So subscribe to our channel and you'll get everything. So you are invited to attend my data science training to the CPHQ training, project management, Power BI, AI, all these training sessions we conduct. Okay, so with that, I think I'll leave you with some of the videos where I'm describing how a typical, let's say I've done it for manufacturing, banking, logistics, textiles, hospitals, almost all domains. So let's have a look at some of them.
The world we have created is the product of our own thinking, and we cannot improve the world without improving our thinking. The long-term chronic problems of manufacturing companies like low productivity, lower machine efficiency, high rework, high inventories, high product wastage can't be solved using only experience, logic, and intuition. You might be a good operations person, a good engineer, or an excellent operator, but you need to have basic knowledge and understanding of some problem solving and process improvement tools too. Here is how Lean Six Sigma can improve your processes in manufacturing. Lean Six Sigma is defined as a business improvement method that aims to maximize the shareholders' value by improving the quality, speed, customer satisfaction, and reduce the costs. It merges tools and principles from both Lean and Six Sigma to do this. It has become the most popular business strategies for deploying continuous improvement in the manufacturing industries. With its help, you can make sure that only essential steps remain in a process. The moment I say Lean Six Sigma techniques, high quality, low cost, increased profits, and customer satisfaction should automatically come to your mind. It is very rightly said that machines are mere pieces of metal if they cannot be made efficient. Lean Six Sigma helps you to do this. What is the core of Lean Six Sigma? It's DMAIC. Yes. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It helps you to reduce the existing problems with unknown causes. Here we train the staff of the manufacturing units as the green belts and black belts, and they convert all the problems into improvement projects. So now the difficulties become opportunities. Then they complete these projects and get certified. It's a win-win for both the organization and the employees. Now, how does Lean Six Sigma decrease the cost? Shijo Shingo said that the most hazardous waste is the waste that we do not recognize. Firstly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on removing the 7 wastes like overproduction, transportation, inventory, etc. from a process. In manufacturing sector, this step can lower the cost of a process by leaps and bounds. Secondly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on solving the problems caused by a process. Here we focus on the processes, not on people, because we believe that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and not due to the people. Defects in your product can cost your organization a fortune, so the focus is on reducing the defects by focusing on the processes. Let me talk about some Lean Six Sigma tools that can be used in manufacturing. Value stream mapping, Kanban, 5S, cause and effect analysis, control charts, DMAIC, 5 Whys, Kaizen, hypothesis tests, etc., etc., etc. Let us talk about a few. 5S. A well-organized workplace becomes important if you want to eliminate waste and reduce the errors. 5S is the way to do that. Control charts. By understanding the control charts, you can understand the difference between the common causes and special causes. For special causes, you take immediate action, and for common causes, you take long-term actions. Kanban. It is a visualizing tool on maximizing the flow of goods and work without unnecessary inventory or transportation. Then we have 5 Whys. Ask why 5 times and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Hypothesis tests. They establish the relationship between the outputs and inputs, and you can get the root cause with 95% confidence. Value stream mapping. It is used for defining and assessing the movement of the raw materials from the beginning of the process to delivery to the customer. It is a way in which the current state of a process is documented and the future state is visualized. If you want in-depth knowledge about all the tools and techniques, you can always join my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt training programs. So that was about Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing. I hope you have got a clear picture about why Lean Six Sigma is so important in the manufacturing industry. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss out on our important updates on the tools and techniques of Lean and Six Sigma and even project management. Happy learning!
Hi, I am Anexas Master Black Belt Amitabh Saxena, and let me talk about importance of Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. Lean Six Sigma concepts are used in industries all over the world to improve a process, eliminate waste, and reduce defects. In the healthcare industry, defects not only affect revenue and customer satisfaction, but they signify the difference between life and death. Lean Six Sigma is critically important in healthcare because it helps in reducing defects that can result in medical errors. There are so many challenges in the healthcare industry, like an aging population, shortage of workers, increasing litigation, and many more that require long-term improvement. Because healthcare industry deals with saving lives, errors cannot be accepted at any cost. So, how does Lean Six Sigma really help? With the help of Lean Six Sigma, you can shorten the waiting times in hospitals. The lesser the people wait, the efficient the hospitals will become. Reduce medication errors and even try to completely eliminate them. Improve turnaround time for lab results. Provide better care at lower costs, ensure that the medical staff makes fewer errors, reduce mortality rates, improve patient care, improve quality, and improve overall patient experience. How can you do that? By training the staff as green belts and black belts and allowing them to do improvement projects. Lean Six Sigma training and certification in healthcare provides the tools needed to address the challenges at various levels. It is a time for the healthcare industry to utilize Lean Six Sigma methods to its fullest and drastically change the healthcare industry for the better. Don't you want to be a part of the industry where patients are happier, physicians want to work for you, the cost is as low as possible, and at the same time efficiency is high? If your answer is yes, then Lean Six Sigma is your choice. We have implemented Lean Six Sigma in more than 25 hospitals worldwide, including ministries of health of 4 countries, and we can help you too.
How can Lean and Six Sigma be used in IT? I have implemented Lean and Six Sigma in many IT organizations, and each of them have given different benefits. But 3 benefits have been common to all organizations, and they are improvement in customer satisfaction, reduction of costs, and reduction of cycle times and project delivery times.
When applied to IT operations, Lean Six Sigma aims to measure and improve both internal processes such as network speed and reliability and external processes like server response time, etc. Other projects which I have executed in IT industries are reduction of defect density and reduction of issues, on-time project delivery, reduction of rework, improvement of IT help desk services by reducing both time and errors. Lean Six Sigma also helps you to quantify the benefits of IT projects which are implemented within the organization. The Lean Six Sigma tools also help you to improve IT support services. How do we do that? By training the staff of IT companies to use Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques and apply DMAIC methodology, that is define, measure, analyze, improve and control. They convert the improvement opportunities in the company to Lean Six Sigma projects and complete them to achieve their certifications as green belts and black belts. So they identify the opportunities, they convert them into the projects, and these employees, after applying Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques, improve the process and get certified. So it's a win-win situation. Lean Six Sigma helps to integrate the process excellence in an IT organization's culture to achieve CMM level 5 too. Now you may ask, strategically, what is the impact on IT organizations after implementing Lean and Six Sigma? My answer would be, Lean Six Sigma improves the efficiency of your business and processes, improves the quality of the services you provide, increases the return on investment, improves workforce productivity, and reduces the project completion times. Overall, it helps the organization to deliver faster and more accurate results. To give you examples, some of the tools which have yielded excellent results are use of FMEA. It has resulted in identifying the mistakes and also preventing those mistakes from occurring. Use of control charts have helped many organizations to find the special causes and appropriately take action on it. And then identifying the difference between the common causes and special causes, these organizations have been able to take long-term improvement projects. Kano model has been used to classify the customer requirements into must-haves, good-to-have, and nice-to-have, and that has also helped the voice of customer conversion to CTQ, the critical to quality characteristics, the important characteristic, what the customer is looking for. 5 whys, it has helped many organizations to get to the root causes of many issues. So what are you waiting for? Get your Lean Six Sigma certification from Anexas right now. As they say, better late than never. There are so many stakeholders in construction industry, the customer and the users of your building or construction, the project organization, the contractors and the staff at the construction site. Lean has something for everyone. Of course, our primary objective is to satisfy the customers, both external and internal, so you can reduce the project delays and quality defects in your organization. You can improve the safety of the employees at the construction site, reduce the inspection times and non-compliances, drastically cut down on the rework resulting from errors. We have even reduced the architectural designing time in many cases to almost 50% of the original time by eliminating the wastes in the process. Once a process has been perfected with the lean methods, there are safeguards as well as checks and balances put into place to ensure that this efficiency continues through the life of a building or structure that has been constructed. In this particular industry, errors mean danger and extremely costly rework using expensive raw materials. So taking the time to eliminate errors before they happen is crucial to the success of any company specializing in constructing any type of building or dwelling. If a construction company is looking to minimize defects, then Lean course can really help the bottom line and make a huge difference. You can even combine it with Six Sigma and make it Lean and Six Sigma implementation to take the advantage of statistical tools also. The employees take up improvement projects after getting trained as green belts and black belts. They focused on identifying and eliminating any unnecessary waste in that particular system. This is one aspect of lean certification methodology that creates great demand for certified professionals, especially true in the construction industry. A specialized lean certification in construction will give the employees the tools they need to improve the quality of whatever they are building. Lean is a skill set that all of the leading construction companies in the world know to invest in when it comes to hire their employees. Because this eliminates the errors and also improves the quality, customers start to take notice and become loyal to the brand, knowing that they will always be able to get the best possible building at the lowest possible prices. Companies who utilize lean methods know the importance of quality, and the quality of their employees are at the top of the list. Certified employees are a resource that construction companies are willing to invest in. This is why salaries of certified individuals are on an average significantly more than the non-certified colleagues. This also improves the overall corporate culture within a construction company. Because of the certified individuals, everyone knows their role and expectations within the company and exactly how teams need to work together to bring about the positive changes. Do share this video with your friends in construction industry and let me know on what topic I should make my next video. I am a Lean and Six Sigma certified Master Black Belt, have implemented Lean in many construction industries and would like to invite you to my Lean construction training programs.